me on this fine Monday morning, and we've got a 2013 Jaguar XF which is having a full service. Now I've already got it on the ramp, and the first thing we're going to do is jump in and give it a bit of a health scan. First things first, now we're in the vehicle, we're going to make sure that all our instrumentation is working, your lights, your washers, make sure they're clearing the screen properly. We're going to make sure that all the doors are working from the inside. We're going to check all your seatbelts and go straight through the vehicle on the inside as if we're doing an MOT. We're going to do a bit of a health scan on the vehicle, make sure we've got no fault codes. This has got quite a few, to be honest. What we're going to do is clear them all down, and hopefully it might have just been a bit of a flat battery, because it is a lot of fault codes there. Now I've cleared all them fault codes down. Now what I'm going to do is give a report. We're going to get it printed off and give it with the customer the service sheet, and we can get outside now and do our outside checks. Now we're outside the vehicle, we're going to make sure all our lights are working as they should be. Walk around the vehicle making sure that everything is not hanging off and all the doors are opening as they should do. Working our way around the vehicle. Before we fully raise the vehicle, what we're going to be doing is giving all four corners of the vehicle a shake side to side, check for play and tracker ends, steering components, up and down for wheel bearings. And we're going to check our tyres as well, make sure we've got no splits, cuts in it, and also the tyre valve as well, making sure that's in a good condition. Now we've got the vehicle fully raised, we're going to get our lovely little receptacle after we've removed all our belly panels. Oh, they're stupid, all these plastics are on these newer cars. Anyway, we've got the oil draining out, and while we're waiting for that, we're going to go underneath the vehicle now and check all our steering and suspension components from underneath. All the gaiters, all the hoses, making sure everything is intact. All the belly panels, it's not going to fall off. I'm going to work our way right through to the rear and do the same again, make sure all the suspension components are in good condition, and work our way back down in the front, checking the security and the condition of the exhaust system. While I'm waiting for the oil to drain out, we've dropped the vehicle down to working height. We've removed all the four wheels off the corners. We've got our brake pad gauge. We're going to check the condition of the brake pads, put them on a report. Don't just measure one corner, you've got to measure all four corners, because you might have a brake that's binding, and if they're all even, job's a good one. And also we're going to be jumping around, checking the tread depth on the tyres, like so, making sure they're all legal and in perfect condition as well, and also putting it in a report for the customer. As you can see, we've got the back ones off and everything is as it should. And we can also have a closer inspection of the rear coil springs and all the cables and connections and wires and brake lines and stuff like that. Once we've finished underneath the vehicle, now we've put a brand new sun plug in it and torqued it up to spec. I'm not going to put the belly pan back on just yet, because this vehicle is having a gearbox service as well, which I'm going to be doing in a separate video. Now we're back down to working height. We need to get the oil filter in it, put the brand new one in, and what I do, give these cups a damn good cleaning out with a bit of brake and clutch, a little red rubber grease around the O-ring, slide it in, and then we can get it torqued up to spec. Now once I put that new oil filter in, I put some fresh oil in it. This vehicle takes 6.6 litres. We're also doing a coolant change on it as well, and if you haven't got one of these kits in your workshop, be the best investment you ever get. And this is a vacuum and refill system for the cooling systems. They're absolutely insane. Now while that's holding a vac, as you can see, we're going to go ahead and change the air filter which is in there. That hasn't been changed for a very, very, very long time. We're also going to be checking the brake fluid as well. And that is the brake fluid check. Going to be advising on this, probably next service, it's going to want doing. Once we've done all them little checks, what we're going to do, we're going to refill the system out. And it is as simple as flick the switch and it will pull all the coolant straight in without getting any air in it. Simple, brilliant design. We've pretty much finished now underneath the bonnet. We've checked the condition of the alternator belt, made sure we've got no oil leaks while we've got this plastic cover off, screen wash, brake fluid. We're going to be changing that fuel filter shortly, because once I've dropped the oil out of it, I like to check that the oil pressure light's going out, or fresh coolant in it. But before we get on the key and give it a big start, Rooney, what I'm going to be doing is giving a battery test and making sure that it is perfectly healthy. It is an original battery, I don't know whether you can see, so we don't know what the test's going to, it might need a battery, who knows, but we're going to give it a test now. And what I'm doing to carry out this test is using a Launch Smart Safe 601. It's a brilliant service tool, this is. You put all the information off the battery into your tester, click start, it'll go through the motions, and it'll say yes, it's good, no it's not, get it replaced. Replace battery. We have got state of charge is 90%, but the state of health is 58%. So we're going to be attaching this print out now on the service sheet. Now once we've had that engine running and the oil pressure warning lights has gone out, while it's leveling itself off, so we'll be able to check the level on it, we're going to jump round and replace the fuel filter. I always date all filters and then you know they've been done. Now once we've got the vehicle off the ramp, we're going to be jumping into the passenger footwell where the pollen filter's fitted. Just up there, and there's two little clips. Now, I don't know whether that's been changed or not. It is a Jaguar one. It might have been changed, but who knows. Anyway, we're going to get the brand new one in. Now let's move around to all the door hinges and locks, and what we're going to be using is a little bit of Launch UK Power Lube Plus. This stuff's insane, and generally that is as much you need. A little squares, the job's good. And there you go, that is a full service on a Jaguar XF. We've got no warning lights on the dash now, other than the bonnet that is open. We've also had to put a key fob battery in it as well, because a message was coming up and God knows what. But anyway, there you have it. The only thing I've got to do now is just torque the wheels up. And like I said earlier on in the video, we're going to be doing a gearbox service on this car, and I'm going to be doing another video on it. So anyway, let's get sent.